Hey guys, spooky season is upon us, and in today's video I wanted to share with you my top recommendations for Halloween eyeshadow palettes. I am so excited because honestly I do love a good Halloween themed eyeshadow palette. So I went through my collection and I grabbed most of the Halloween eyeshadow palettes that I've got that are a little bit newer, because I did this type of video last year and I really don't want to repeat myself all over again. And I also just don't want to recommend a bunch of palettes that are no longer available. There might be a couple in today's video that are discontinued, but in case you've got them, that could encourage you to pull them back out for this time of the year. Otherwise, I really tried hard to pull out some newer releases and also some eyeshadow palettes that are still available. Please do let me know in the comment section down below if you have a favorite Halloween sort of eyeshadow palette. Doesn't necessarily have to be like Halloween themed, but something that you would like to use during the spooky season. Let me know what is your top recommendation. And in case you do end up enjoying this video, why not give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and also ring the bell in order to get notified about my upcoming videos. And as per usual, all of my discount codes and affiliate links are in my description box down below. So thank you so much for checking it out. And yeah, I would say without no further ado, let's just go ahead and let's talk about the very first palette. Now, these are in no particular order. I have not ranked them or anything. I'm just gonna pull them from that little pile that I made right next to my desk. So maybe let's start off with this one. This is a brand new eyeshadow palette that I recently purchased. I've already created looks with them. And oh yeah, by the way, if you guys need some inspiration for these palettes, chances are really high that you can find them over in my shorts tab. So if you just search my YouTube channel with the palette's name, it should pop up, okay? So this one, I still have to edit the looks, I still have to edit the short videos, but I'm gonna be uploading those very soon because this is such a gem for Halloween. So this is the Witch Salem City eyeshadow palette by Nomad Cosmetics. I mean, it's no secret that I absolutely love everything about Nomad Cosmetics. I really do adore their eyeshadow palette formula. I really also love the fact that they always base their eyeshadow palettes around destinations. I love traveling, and so it's really interesting to see what they're gonna come up with next. And this time around for Halloween, we are traveling to Salem. Witch City. I mean, just look at that lenticular cover. Their packaging is so nice. I really do like their Halloween releases. And this year, oh my gosh, this color story is so much fun. This is such a good Halloween color story. I mean, this is definitely giving me spooky season. The quality of these mattes, amazing. They blend out like a dream, build up, and they just look fantastic. And these shimmers, the shimmers are so stunning, and I just love this very like colorful color story with some pops of gray, burgundy, like ultraviolet, green, a little bit of orange here as well. I mean, these pops are stunning. I really love the quality. I've created some amazing looks with this palette and I'm blown away. And I've got to be honest, I feel like this as one of the most exciting releases that I have personally seen from this year thus far. I really think this is really original and I really enjoy, this entire palette. Now I do want to mention I do have a discount code with Nomad Cosmetics, but they also have an amazing sale. So if you were eyeing this palette and if you were also eyeing these two other Halloween palettes that they've got, they were in my last year's video. I'm also going to be linking the video from last year in my end cards, just in case if you do want to see more palettes, okay? If this is not enough for you, this video, I'm going to be linking those in my end cards. So if you are interested in all of the three palettes, right, they've got a bundle and it's 20% off. So they also have the Ghost Town USA from last year, and they've got the Haunted Europe palette. So all of these three Halloween releases do come in a bundle. So yeah, Amazing brand and amazing Halloween releases by Nomad Cosmetics. Okay, so let's move on to the next beautiful palette, and this one is, it's mesmerizing. So this is by Fantasy Cosmetica, and this is the Harvest of Souls eyeshadow palette. So this palette from Fantasy Cosmetica was released last year during the Halloween season, but I remember that in my video from last year, I did order the palette, but you know, it did not arrive yet, or I wanted to get it and I did not make the purchase yet. I can't remember. However, here it is, and oh my gosh, this is such a stunning, stunning eyeshadow palette. I mean, let's have a look inside at this color story. I feel like this is a palette with a very unique color story, amazing formula. Everything about this palette is pretty much perfection. I have created some beautiful looks with this. I feel like this one is just so cool if you want to do makeup for Halloween. All of these colors will make so much sense with each other, and I love this palette. It really, really, really just surprised me in the most positive way. Every look I've created with this was just chef's kiss, and I almost wanted to pull this out for today to create my look, but then, you know, I used a different palette. Maybe let's talk about that palette after this one, but just look at it. It's just so stunning. Some of these shimmers are just mesmerizing. This shade Obsession, oh my gosh, obsessed, basically obsessed with this. And there are just so many beautiful, sparkly, just eye-catching shimmers in here, and really the quality of this is amazing. This formula is not too emollient, it's not too dry, it's just perfect, and I just love everything about this. I know that they also came out with a newer palette. I'm going to put it right here. I think it's a collaboration with Betty Bean. I have not picked up that palette. I don't know if I will. To be honest with you, it did not speak to me 100% personally. I can only imagine that it's a beautiful, stunning palette, but I just think this is a little bit more unique, you know, and this color story is definitely worth mentioning because it's just so special. It's really special. I really adore this. And same goes for the next eyeshadow palette. And this is actually the eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing right now. And this is the Poison Garden eyeshadow palette by Bella Beauté Bar. Very unique color story, amazing formula, really beautiful. I mean, this is such a gem in my collection, such a gem. And I'm going to be posting some more looks with this eyeshadow palette because I did not pick this up last year, but I did pick it up this year. This color story is like a Halloween garden in an eyeshadow palette. Beautiful muted tone with pops of warmth, this pop of electric blue, and then the shimmers. These are special. These are like really, really fancy multi-chromes. Although there are no reds in here, right? Because sometimes I feel like we associate Halloween with a lot of red makeup. I still feel like you can get so many beautiful, different sort of looks. Like, it's just such a pretty palette. The only thing I would say is the color story does lean a little bit deeper. So this is not like you don't have an inner corner highlighting shade. You don't really have like a light matte, okay? This is all leaning a little bit more mid-tone towards like the deeper side of things. I also pulled out this palette from last year. It's the Vamp eyeshadow palette. I remember mentioning this also in last year's video, but not having it in my hands. This is like really vampire inspired. I mean, this color story is gonna give you the reds. It's gonna give you gray. It's gonna give you pops of purple. It's really, really pretty. It's not necessarily my all-time favorite eyeshadow palette by Bella Beauté Bar. I feel like in this palette we do have some more of these really squishy textures, and also there's a lot of like black-based shimmers. I don't really love black-based shimmers, but maybe you do. Maybe you don't mind a little bit more of an emollient shimmer. Maybe you love that, okay? So I did want to quickly mention this eyeshadow palette though, because you know, if you're not vibing with this, I mean, I do prefer this one, okay? I definitely do prefer this one in terms of everything. Color story, formula, all of that. But this is also special, and I do know some people who really love this palette. Okay, so let's talk about another palette that was recently released. And honestly, I did put this in my video where I did my recommendations for fall season eyeshadow palettes, but I feel like I want to put it in this video as well because it's still pretty new on the market And, you know, it's a little bit different. So this is the EBE eyeshadow palette by Adept Cosmetics. I'm not sure if this was necessarily a typical Halloween release. I don't think so. But it's like alien themed. And I feel like aliens do kind of fit like the theme of Halloween. Why not, right? So let's have a look inside. I mean, this is an Adept Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. So there's a lot of shimmers going on. More shimmers than mattes. We've got 5 mattes, but boy oh boy, these shimmer shades, these multi-chromes, some of them have a holographic shift to them. They are so beautiful. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I absolutely adore this eyeshadow palette. I really love it. Some of these shimmers just took my breath away. And I feel like if you want something fun, if you want something a little bit more cool toned with some pops of like mustardy yellow and a little bit of a cool toned green, beautiful, absolutely stunning. And I feel like you could definitely create a stunning Halloween look with this. I really love this palette. The quality is great. It's just a little bit more on the pricier side due to the fact that this palette is full of special shades, okay? It's definitely not your typical Halloween eyeshadow palette, but still, I wanted to give it a shout out because you can definitely create some fun looks with this. And the next brand that I want to feature has so many horror sort of themed eyeshadow palettes. Most of them are from movie franchises, so maybe you guys already know who I'm talking about. For today's video, I pulled out 3 palettes that I did not have in last year's video. Of course, I'm talking about no other than Glamlite. And listen, you guys, Glamlite is actually about to drop their brand new Saw eyeshadow palette. I absolutely adore Saw. I love the very first movie. They are like about to drop this new eyeshadow palette, this entire collection. I've not seen the reveal yet, so maybe by the time that I'm uploading this, they've already revealed this, but I might want to pick that one up. Because I just love Saw. I love Saw, but we'll have to see what the color story is like. So some other Halloween eyeshadow palettes that I pulled out is this one, and I did not have this one last year, but it was released last year for the Halloween time, and so was the other one. So this is the Halloween 2 eyeshadow palette by Glamlite. I mean, this is inspired by the Halloween movie franchise. And I think this is a very unique color story for today's video. I don't think I've got an eyeshadow palette in today's video that has a similar color story, not at all. It is interesting, and I really like the quality, and I really love the color story here. This really does incorporate the spirit of this movie so well. We've got some beautiful blue shades, we have pops of orange, and then we have these stunning, more like cool toned neutral shades in here. I really think this is pretty. If you like these blue tones combined with these orange tones, or if you just love these neutrals combined with these blues. Also the shade Slay All Day. This is a shade that I want to put on my lids like for like every day. Not for Halloween necessarily. For Halloween, I mean, you can definitely go a different route, but you know, if you don't like color, you always have this option of having like this quad right here, right? And then you can like do a pop of color. But if you want to go all in, oh my gosh, this orange, this pumpkin orange, it's a vibe, it's a vibe. And you can combine it with this electric blue, and then you also have this more muted baby tone blue here. And this shade, he's back. Oh, it's very similar to what I'm actually wearing on my eyes by Bella Beauté Bar. But it's just such a good palette. And then I also pulled out this eyeshadow palette. This is the Ghostface Returns eyeshadow palette by Glamlite. Now, I had the original, the very first Ghostface eyeshadow palette by Glamlite in last year's video, and you guys know, I mean, I'm a sucker for cool tones, and that palette is just so stunning. I really loved it. But I also picked up, I think it was a couple of months ago, I did pick up this eyeshadow palette. I think it was the result of people being a little bit displeased with the very first Ghostface eyeshadow palette that they came out with. I love it though. I really love it. I mean, if you have seen Scream, you know that Ghostface is white, black, and then there is some element of blood. I understand that people wanted those colors in the palette, and because I think there was such a huge demand, Glamlite was just like, yeah, okay, we're gonna give you what you want. So they came out with a second color story, and this is beautiful. I love both of these palettes, but this is definitely more, I would say, like close to the movie itself and more like Halloween themed. This also has a little bit more of those like warmer tones in here. The other one was pretty cool toned. We have red in this, which is a big difference. Some of these shimmers, again, beautiful. I love the fact that this goes from light to mid-toned to deep. There was just such great contrast in here. The only thing I don't love 100% about this is this. This is too much repetition. Like, why did we need like a very, very dark gray and like a really dark black? I would have been just happy with the black. I would have not needed this one necessarily. I wish this could have been something else, maybe another beautiful shimmer shade, but that's my only critique with this palette. Otherwise, it's beautiful. The next one. This is maybe my favorite like vampire themed palette that I've got. And I never thought I would love it so much. But honestly, for Halloween, for this occasion, it's stunning. It's stunning. It's by Glamlite and it's from the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1 franchise. This is the Team Atwood eyeshadow palette. In the beginning, I did not really want to pick this palette up, but then I was so blown away by the looks that I created with this, by the quality of this palette and just the variety. I was like, this is stunning. This is truly vampire-like. Although it does not have too much bloodiness in here, you know, it's not like all that red. I think these tones are beautiful. If you like a good smoky look, if you like something a little bit different, there are some very interesting shades in here. And I know, just by looking at this, it might not give you that impression, but once this goes onto your eye, oh, for Halloween, this is just perfect. It's so beautiful. Do you know, this is exactly what I wanted. A palette by them that gives me like the really like dark, mysterious sort of like vampy looks. And yeah, I just love the quality of this. This shade Century, it's out of this world. This is such a beautiful iridescent shade. And again, I've created some stunning looks with this. So let's maybe continue with a brand that I absolutely adore. It's one of my top favorite brands of all time in the indie space. And they have so many palettes that you could use for the Halloween time. Now, I also do have some palettes that are discontinued by them. So I think I'm just going to touch upon the ones that are still available first. So this is by Unearthly Cosmetics and it's the Gargoyle eyeshadow palette. At this point in time, it's still available. I was raving about this palette so much. If you watched my yearly ranking, this was my favorite palette of last year. I absolutely adore it. I don't know if anything can beat this. Quality, color story wise, but again, not necessarily like in your face Halloween, okay? All of these tones are so special and these shimmers are so beautiful. I love the ratio. I love how this goes from light to deep. I just think this color story is phenomenal. I can do so much with this. I mean, I could definitely also do a Halloween look. I did a pretty Halloween look last year. I was actually wearing this eyeshadow palette when I filmed last year's video. It's so beautiful. But for me personally, it does not scream Halloween. But I just wanted to mention it because it was last year's Halloween release and it's still available at this point in time. It's just my favorite eyeshadow palette, so I gotta mention it, okay? So if you like the shimmer formula, this one from the Gargoyle eyeshadow palette by Unearthly Cosmetics, and you want an all shimmer eyeshadow palette, I feel like this palette is not talked about enough and you can definitely do some beautiful looks with this. This is the All I Ever Wanted eyeshadow palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. This palette is amazing. I really love it. I mean, it's an all shimmer palette, okay? Nonetheless, these shimmers, some of them, you would love them for Halloween. I mean, you can be very creative with this because just look at this variety. Look at the shifts. I mean, this is so beautiful. I really just love the shimmer formula in here. And then this one, Blood Moon. I mean, this is giving me such Halloween vibes. I think this is such a special like palette. This is still available on their website. The next ones are a little bit more traditional Halloween, but they are not available anymore. They're actually from last year. but they were limited editions from last year. So if you picked them up last year, count yourself lucky because they are so pretty. So maybe let's start off with this one. This is the Just a Taste eyeshadow palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. This was actually a Christmas holiday release, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like this is a Halloween eyeshadow palette. It's giving me, if you watched my video from last year, I featured the Warms My Blood eyeshadow palette, the one that is inspired by Queen of the Damned, the movie, right? And I said in that video, I wish that they would come out with this palette again with their newer formula. And I feel like this is the answer to that because this is such a similar color story. I mean, this is definitely inspired by bloodthirsty vampires. Palette also just reminds me of the clothes that vampires would wear, like the velvet sort of tones, and this really gives me like this antique feeling. I would pull this out for Halloween because it's just so beautiful. Some of these shades are mesmerizing. Again, Unearthly's formula in these palettes, top notch. It really depends on what you want for Halloween, but when I look at it, it gives me Halloween vibes. It really does. And then the next one, oh my gosh, I love this. It's my favorite 9-pan eyeshadow palette by Unearthly. So this is the Night Terror eyeshadow palette. This one is very different from the other palettes, okay? Because this is a very specific color story. All of these tones make so much sense with each other. I love the ratio. I love that we have 3 shimmers and 6 mattes. I really just love this color story. The shade in the middle, the Night Terror shade, it's so beautiful. It really does look wet on your lids. It has this beautiful glossy reflection without being too emollient, without being too waxy. It's just gonna look, I mean, the formula is perfect, okay? It's not gonna crease or any of that, but yeah, I just really think this is for a very specific look, but I love this palette. It's so good. Love the quality. But all right, so let's move on to the next brand. And this eyeshadow palette is also so good. This one is also by a brand that I truly adore. This is by Glamlite Cosmetics, and this is the Divination eyeshadow palette in collaboration with Robert Welch. So this palette was released last year for the spooky season. And I mean, look at that. I love the cover art, right? This is inspired by fortune tellers. It's like a crystal ball. The cover. I just absolutely love it. This color story is giving you a lot. This color story is giving you everything. Almost everything. I mean, it is pretty shimmer heavy, which I definitely do love. These shimmers are so pretty. And I just really like the variety in here. You know, this is going to be a palette that you could use for whenever. It was a Halloween spooky season type of release. And you can definitely create some beautiful looks with this for the season, right? I really like these brown tones right here. This shade number 7 is really interesting. It's like this iridescent shade with a shift. But yeah, you also have like some deeper shimmers that aren't too deep, right? And then you have also some lighter shimmers. I just love the setup of this. I thought I'd mention it because it has a little bit of a different theming. Something that we don't see that much, you know, fortune tellers. I mean, love it. Okay, so let's move on to, oh yeah, this brand also. They got so many Halloween themed eyeshadow palettes. I really tried hard not to repeat myself from last year's video. But there is one palette I've got to mention. So this is of course Gourmand Girls, and this is the Spooked eyeshadow palette. This is Halloween in an eyeshadow palette. This is like a cult classic at this point in time. I mean, there is no color story in the world that just nails it down so well. If you don't know what eyeshadow palette you want to get for Halloween and you want something that screams Halloween, this is it. So let's quickly have a look inside. I mean, yeah, this is just so traditional. I absolutely adore this. I mean, I wore this eyeshadow palette on Halloween and I just love my looks with this. It's phenomenal. Gourmand Girls has such an amazing formula. They recently came out with a new eyeshadow palette called Nevermore, which is inspired by the Wednesday Netflix series. I've not picked that palette up. I don't know if I will. I'm a little bit overwhelmed by a bunch of palettes that I still have to go through. So right now, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to pick it up at a later date. But I also have another one by them. This was a Valentine's Day release. But I feel like if you like pop, if you like pink, if you like a sexy vampy look, you would love this palette, because this is the Bitten eyeshadow palette by Gourmand Girls. This is a very interesting color story, and again, if you are vibing with it, I mean, if you like these purple tones, if you like some of these muted violet shades, a little bit of red, and these shimmer shades, these shimmer shades are so beautiful. I love the fact that this goes from light to deep. There is no like black shade in here, but we've got a very deep brown in here. And I mean, this is such a beautiful palette. So I wanted to feature this. I mean, it could be really interesting for Halloween. They just do color stories so well, and they've got so many different beautiful eyeshadow palettes. I mean, I really love them. Okay, so let's move on to the last eyeshadow palette. This is the last one that I've got. And this one, on their official website, it is sold out, but on Monolith, it is still available. And honestly, it's not necessarily like a Halloween release. I don't think so. But I wanted to mention this because this is by Glaminatrix Cosmetics, and it's the Nocturnal eyeshadow palette. So this one is the mini one. This is their reformulated version. So this is their newer formula. I do prefer their newer formula. That's why I picked it up, and I absolutely adore this color story. I love this formula. I love everything about this palette, and I think this could be interesting for Halloween. The tones of this, the looks that you can create with this formula, beautiful. Some of these shimmers are so beautiful. This shade Milky Way and Luna. Oh, Luna is so beautiful. They are so pretty, and you can do some interesting color combinations. This really is such a beautiful palette. I could only recommend it. If you want to see some more color stories, please feel free to check out my video from last year. There's also some Odin's Eye eyeshadow palettes in that video. Did not have any for this year, but just check it out because I do have some from last year in there. But yeah, that was it. Let me know, what are your plans for Halloween? Are you celebrating? Are you not celebrating? Are you going to be doing some Halloween makeup? If so, do you own any of these palettes? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you want to pick something up? What is your favorite Halloween eyeshadow palette? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell in order to get notified about my next one. And I shall be seeing you on here very soon. So happy spooky season. Please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.